see, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let's see. Testing. Can you hear me now? Alright, what's up, Guitar Boy? Welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. Alright, so I can't believe I forgot to get the microphone on, but yeah, the reason why I haven't been streaming in quite some time is because my microphone been broken, and I had like a whole bunch of stuff that I needed to get done around the place, so that's that. Anyways, this is what I have so far. I haven't been doing too much, but the heck was that? Goodness gracious. Alright, let's see, did I have that in trees? Yeah, let's just do his bottom mandibles in trees. Alright, so let's just do it kind of like that, and yeah, I'm not sure what I was planning on doing right here, but right now I'm drawing like the mantis just going crazy with his hands and stuff, his arms and all that. Alright, so I think I had it going like so before. Let me see if 4 works better. By the way, when I say 3 and 4, I'm talking about the brush size. Just so you know. Alright, so let's just have it go kind of like this. I like to have it be kind of jagged and stuff for the mantis. Alright, so let's do that. Then that here. That should be good. I'm still not sure what I was planning on doing right there. Oh, maybe I was planning like the neck or something? It is a conundrum. I was actually planning on doing a regular old was it horizontal or vertical? I think it's horizontal. But yeah, normal video format, but I pulled it, and according to the polling, the folks want this, so who am I to argue? Just went ahead and did this. Alright, so let's do that. Let's have... now I see, like, why I was so confused, because where would the body go? Let's just have the body go to here. Yeah, that works. And then just have... Let me just get the eraser from here. Just erase a fair amount of right here. As you can see, I have, like, a blue outline in the back to see where I was going, like, with my art process and all of that. But, yeah, that's that. Anyways, let's just go ahead and just do this. And I'm just gonna do like the open mouth like so. Then I'm just gonna put it down to just tools and then just do its little mantis teeth. It doesn't actually have this in real life to my knowledge, but I just gonna have mine kind of like that. Alright, so let's actually give this fella a neck. Because right now it's just looking like a floating head, so let's just do that. It doesn't have to be a complex neck or anything like that. That is perfectly decent neck right there. Alright, so. By the way, how is everyone doing today? But yeah, I haven't done this in quite some time, so. Yeah, it's been a while. Anyways. So yeah, I got all of that, and yeah, that's looking pretty good so far. Let's just go and go down, kind of like so. I know I have like the little brother there, but I decided that maybe I just won't draw him in that panel just yet. Doesn't seem all that necessary. Alright, so let's do that, and then just go here and here. Then I just need to make a connector line since this is on a separate layer. And yeah, that's perfect, just like that. Let's color him in a bit after I do her legs. And now I feel like I made her a bit too long, but I don't know. I meant to make like these creatures kind of slender. So that's kind of my goal here. So let's just do that. I completely forgot like most of these characters' names, sadly. Isn't that sad? I made these creatures and I forgot just about all of their names. Only one I remember the name of is the father, because he's named. I try to name like all of the fairies after different types of flowers, because that's like gonna be like my lore for the series, that humans basically got their names for flowers by just copying fairies, basically. This is gonna be my headcanon for it. But hey, that wouldn't really make much sense in the grand scheme of things, that and how I want things to play out in the book. All right, let's see. Is that line thick enough? Maybe I should do it on twos. All right, let's try it on twos and see how that looks. Wouldn't exactly blend in with that arm, so let's just keep it at 3 and call it that. All right, so. Alright, so we're just gonna have the arm go kind of like this, and then I'm just gonna erase a whole bunch of the dress here. Man, I do enjoy that music. It's so good. By the way, if any of you have not played The Outer Wilds, I highly suggest you play it. It is an experience, I must say. Or if you can't like afford The Outer Wilds, just watch a playthrough of it. Like, there are so many. Like, it's common for like Outer Wilds players to like go and search up like a brand new playthrough of it, because they just can't get enough of that game, and that's the kind of game you can only play once, because it's just that much of an experience. Some people have like come to even accept their own mortality just from playing that game, which is quite interesting if I do say so myself. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so that's looking good so far. Drew her antennae, or antennae, as some people say. Drew all of that. That's good there. I think I got basically everything. The only 10 I would need is like this guy here. But I could probably draw that later or not at all. But I'm just gonna color that in quickly. Alright, so let's do that. I should probably like draw like a pretty looking mantis, because they come in all kinds of colors, but I wanted one to like kind of sneak up on them, so that's why I decided to make it green. Now, if I didn't like care about like it making at least a little bit of sense, then I probably would have made it like blue, or maybe like there's even yellow ones, but like they're really small, at least from what I can tell. If I remember correctly, there was this kind of mantis is like the biggest one. Don't ask me the exact scientific name of it, because I would not know. But to my knowledge, it is. So, see, I think that antenna is the same color as the under part of the abdomen. So I'm just gonna do that and then do this. See, is the antenna the same color as the teeth? Yes, it is. Alright, so let's go here. Really like that panel, by the way. And I know and I'm not saying that because I'm kind of biased for making it, but I think it's pretty good. Alright, so, by the way, I also recently did a little bit of voice acting. This was just like a couple lines, but it was for my friend Maddie Joe. I did it recently, so can you and a dandelion leaf or a dandelion leg spider? Oh yeah, that would be a pretty cool idea. All right, so let's actually add it here. I remember how those look from memory, but I think I should probably just draw it anyway. Alright, let me get rid of the wildflowers. Alright, so let's get rid of that and just draw it here, because I think that would be pretty cool. But let me just look it up real quick. Daddy long leg. I remember seeing them in my house when I was young. I used to be so scared of them. I don't know why. They were not deadly or anything. But, like, it was just one of those tins that I was just scared of. Alright, so. They look slightly different from how I thought they would. Anyways. It doesn't have the size scale here, but I could just resize it later. Alright, let's just draw it in people to save time. And let's just draw it right here. Let's get rid of the storyboard so I can see a tad better. There at the corners. Yeah, I always saw them there, and they always like to spook me when I was a kid. So let's actually make this real small. Let's go by 2s. 2s is the correct way to do it. In fact, I always see these spiders inside houses. Like, do they? What am I saying? I was about to say something stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was about to say, like, do these guys, like, even, like, live outside or, like, bother to, like, go outside? But, like, these are spiders, of course, they would live outside. I just can't see myself, like, I just really can't picture one being outside at all. But anyways. Just gonna make it, like, slightly cuter than it actually is. So let's just do something kind of like that. Like, I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and I'm just amazed these guys can even spin webs. They are very, very tiny looking. Look up, fall side, I think. Alright. Fall side. Oh, I misspelled it. Goodness gracious. Oh, Felicity. Yeah. Yeah, 8 limbs. They are very neat looking. But yeah, I always knew these guys as daddy long legs. But spider at the end of. I have them. Oh, you have them like as pets? Whoa. Like, I remember having, like, I don't know if I had, like, a bunch of these, but I used to have, spot, like, a few of them in my house, so I had to have, like, seen at least 2. I don't have them with me at the moment, though. At least to my knowledge. These tins are small. But anyways, it's like, these are so small, I should probably animate just, like, smaller. By animate, I mean draw. Alright, I have them in my home and make them pets sometimes. That's pretty cool. I think if I ever, like, have ants again, I had ants one time. I think if I ever had them again, I would, like, make myself a little ant farm because, hey, that's, like, free ants right there. Then I would just, like, feed them scraps because I just can't be bothered to, like, go and purchase the correct feed them. Because hey, they were in my house for scraps. They will be fine with scraps. I'm just saying. I know some folks would probably consider that like animal abuse or something, but I don't think so. They were in there for scraps. They'll be fine with it. Alright, so let's just do that. But actually, let's just make the legs dark brown. So let's do that for now. Let's see. I think that's that blend into the word. Alright, not quite, so that's good. Alright. Let me make it a tad darker. Alright, that doesn't blend into the word, so that's good. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool that you keep some of them as pets. Alright, so let me just go ahead and go here. Alright, let me stop, like, adding the line, like, with each one, just do something kind of like this. Oh, that looks kind of like a curve. I don't want it to look like that. In fact, why don't I just use the line tool? Be simple about it. So let's just do that. Instead of, like, accidentally making a curve, I could just do this. Alright. Still messing it up, kind of, but hey, that's right. Excuse me. But I released them after a while. Well, that's cool. But yeah, if I ever do like decide to like catch some ants, if they ever show up in my house and raise them, I don't think I would release them because like, excuse me, I don't know much about ants, and for all I know, like those ants could be like an invasive species, and that sounds like it would be a headache legally. I'm just saying. But it would be the right thing to do to release them. But like ants are not like daddy long legs. I don't think daddy long legs would like survive on its own for an extended period of time like an ant would. Not saying that correctly, but like what I mean is daddy long legs, since most of them are solitary, apart from them just being born, then I don't think they would like be as much of an issue as like an ant colony would, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, there we go. It took a while, but I finally got there. Alright, so let's see. Got one leg on one side, one leg on the other. So let's do this leg here. Excuse me. But yeah, I always have had these in my house when I was growing up. I think it's cool, like just adding them as if like they're just crawling along just the floor of the tin. That's pretty neat. So we got that here, that here. Just do that little bit right there. Let's just have it like kick off for the last part. Alright, let's see. Some of them have colonies, but I think those are sons and daughters and mom and dad and relatives, not foreign spiders, not joinable, I think. Yeah, that could be a possibility. I don't really know too much about spiders. I'm kind of more of like an ant nerd. There's this guy that I watch called Ants Canada. He's a YouTuber. That was probably obvious now that I think about it, but yeah, this guy, he's a YouTuber. I watch him too. Alright, that is awesome. Like I really like his I doubt I'll be able to say the word correctly. Palladarium series. I want to say that that's it, but most likely I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Like, I really like how that is. It's a pretty cool series, and I like how all of the other like bugs and stuff interact with each other. Find that completely fascinating. And so we got all of that here. Excuse me. I hope the robot voice like doesn't happen again. It hasn't happened in a little bit, but I noticed. Excuse me. Anywho, but I've noticed that it was a lot better. Let me see, where was I? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just have that one in the back too. We could just go kind of like this. And then let's just add like the colorings to it. And make it like a nice light yellowish brown. Which I think could look pretty. Alright, so let's do that. But yeah, I've been thinking about making like a 4-panel comic. Alright, I am back. Alright, what was I saying? Alright. They also have these little bumps at the side, but I don't think it's necessary to draw those, but I still think I might because it would just add to the picture a bit. So let's just do that, and that, and that, and that. And there we have the cute little daddy long leg. But yeah, I think that is a pretty cool addition to the panel because look at that. It's like just walking all the way across, being all cute and spider-like. I might actually move it to a different part too, but it should be good right there. Oh, by the way, this wife is telling her husband about her pregnancy. You know what's funny? I was about to say that this man is telling his wife about his pregnancy, which would have been incorrect, but funny. What the? Alright, 1 second. Yeah, what's my what you call it? What's my animation was a little bit more under the video to maintain smooth streaming. Alright, I'm going to like stop and then restart the stream since YouTube seems to be bugging. Alright, here we are. Alright, so that's good. Let's actually colorize the rest of this. Wait, I didn't do the eyes just yet, so let's do that quickly. Excuse me. Yeah, that's one thing that I feel like I should think about, which is actually taught about color palettes. But yeah, the comic involves a beast called a skinwalker. It's basically like a shape-shifting entity. It's usually seen as a witch, but I decided to like redesign it as an octopus. I need to enunciate. Um, but I am actually going to release a video on it pretty soon because I actually commentated while drawing it. And yeah, it's a pretty cool video in my humble opinion. I just need to edit it. Actually, I edited it already. Didn't do too much editing. But yeah, I just need to post it and maybe I could get it up by tomorrow. But I feel like all of these like videos and stuff that I've been doing, I feel like I need to space it out so I don't burn out because I haven't posted a video in almost 2 months, I think, which is far too long. So yeah, I just gotta okay. But yeah, I just gotta pace myself. I actually did an animation and for another YouTuber, and I didn't. I finished it on time, but there was some stuff that I wanted to like work on. So, so I'm going to like add more to that animation, and then I'm going to share it with the rest of you guys. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. And this animation, by the way, it's so cool because like the YouTuber, he actually like used it in his video as part of like this big animation collab thing where like people like had the opportunity to like just draw and have fun with it. And there was a chance to win a contest, but I didn't think I would win. I just heard that the YouTuber said that he was going to like post like the top 100 in a video, and that's the real gift that I wanted to do. Because personally, I didn't really care for the prize. I'm more of a mouse artist. And so we got this here, this here, this here, and this here. So let's just do that there. Actually need to add like a line there because like the shirts with the fairies actually spent some time thinking about it. Way too much if you ask me. But like their shirts, they don't put on shirts like a normal human would because their wings are in the way. They can't just pop it out of there. So what they do is they have a loop around where they can just tuck the shirt back into the back of their pants and do that. And that's like how they would like get the shirt to stay on their body. And otherwise than that, they just wrap it around their head and just do that. So they don't actually like shove their head through a shirt hole. It just works completely differently from that. So yeah, that's a pretty neat little fact. So like every single 10 of theirs will have like this in the back, which is this. The only ones who don't have it are like the really young kids, like this one, because they don't have any wins whatsoever. So they would see like shirts like we have as baby shirts because their shirts would be completely different. Should I draw a diagram? Oh, why not? Okay. Alright, so here we have their forearms. This would represent sleeves. Now here's what they do. This is like where the torso would go, and instead of it being like where the head would go, they have this. This is basically meant to go around their head and then just goes back like so. Like so, these are arrows, and then it just buckles, and that's how it would work. That way, they can secure both their arms and their wings, like so, which is basically the idea of it. So yeah, I put a lot of thought into it. Maybe I could just make it into a video, because doubt anyone's going to like go through streams just to get that bit of info on like why the lines are like that. But I'll probably wait until I should probably wait until like that gets to be like a common question and stuff. I'm just gonna make that black. Yeah, that's better that way. Alright. So anyways, it still looks kind of green to me, but I think that's just an optical illusion. So, let's actually get the hair done. Let's see. Let's actually get the wind color as well. You know, I've been having dreams about France lately. I don't know why. I've never been to France. But I don't know if it is true, but I hear that France is actually not the origin of French fries. I think it was Germany, I want to say. Just makes me wonder how the heck French fries ended up being like a term. I'm guessing maybe like there was a French guy, he opened up a restaurant, and then the story just blossomed from there. I'm just assuming, no. Okay. I need water. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, so since he's caught in that, maybe this can be like a cool accent panel where I don't have to draw the background. So let's actually experiment with that quickly. So let's zoom in a little bit. And that gets just about the whole panel, so that should be good. So let's go to red. So I want red and then a slightly darker bit of red. So let's do that. Then maybe I can have it like go in a certain way. Alright, so that's good, like that. Let's have the gradient go kind of like this. Alright, I think I'm going to make it much darker like so. Gonna actually make that darker too. Then I'm going to make it a nice bright red. I think that would usually be in effects, but hey, that's fine. I guess that kind of could look like blood or something, but hopefully the people reading it would realize that it's simply special effect. There's a certain word for that, but I forgot what it was. Anyways, let me skip that song. Yeah, it's a peaceful song, but sleepy, and I wanna keep people mildly awake. So I could have like a sleeping stream where I could just ramble on, and then people could just like say people could just go and watch it and fall asleep too. Because like I've been told that my voice is very relaxing. I don't see it. I think I sound crazy, but I really don't care for the sound of my own voice. I hear Keanu Reeves is kind of similar to that. Oh, I forgot to put some horns on that boy. Alright, so let me just do this quickly. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm finished with that panel over there. I think I want to definitely add excuse me. Alright. Sometimes you just forget what you're saying and you just gotta leave it be. And so I like to use like a slightly discolored white for their eyes, specifically white blue. Their bones are kind of bluish, by the way, but like it doesn't really affect them all that much. Alright, so as you can see, the arm is being eaten by this mantis right here. Boom, boom, bam, bam. So yeah, that's pretty cool like that. Yeah, like I expected like my normal video to get like a little bit more views than it did. 30 is still fine, but like the shorts version that was just like basically a clip did way better. I actually deliberately changed it so that I can like add my thumbnails into it. But maybe I'll just like make myself like a different version with the shorts in it. I don't know. All I know is YouTube altered the video somehow. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. Let's get the storyboards back in here. Alright, so actually that panel there is also done too. So I can probably get away with just undoing that right there, or maybe making it go a little bit lower. I don't know. Alright, so let's actually go ahead and go back to this. And let's go to forest. Alright, so kind of looks like the skull of gray matter. I actually did animation way back in the day that had gray matter in it. Gray matter is a little gray alien from Ben 10. And I used to do like animations of Ben 10 transforming more realistically. So what I did in that animation was I actually made gray matter, well, not gray matter, but I made Ben's head like explode, but it didn't fully explode. It just like his eyes, his skull like split apart and then reformed with the eyes separate like that, just to make gray matter like that, and then it fused together again. Then that was basically it for that animation. Didn't do too much work onto that one, but I think I might get back into like Ben 10 animations because I haven't done one of those in a hot minute. But according to my analytics, I should really get back into and make another elbow animation because that one was doing very well, especially with the short form. Not short form, but a long form video. I don't know why I call it long form and short form because it's not long. My videos, when they're in a specific format, they're not long in the other way. But the ones meant to specifically be watched on the phone, Like the viewers, like when it comes to that, they don't stick around like as often, which is unfortunate. And so to that, and since it was in the middle of like eating her intestines, in that one, maybe I could just have the mouth be kind of bloody there. So let's change that to tools. In fact, I should do the bottom part of the mouth first. So back to fours for right now. And so let's have the teeth go kind of like that. See, that eye look accurate? Those eyes, I mean. And so the mantis, the praying mantis, caught four of the fairy kids. Two of the fairy kids, I mean. And then he's basically just gonna try and eat them. It's the only man to, it's the only motive of the mantis. They just want to eat. That's it. Where was I? Alright, let's see. Yeah, that was the head. I messed up the head completely. Think I made the whatchamacallit, the wrist a bit too big, so let's just do that. I always tend to get sleepy when I do these. And as soon as I stop, I wake back up, so I truly don't see the point in me getting sleepy during it. And it doesn't matter if I see the point, it still happens. It's unfortunate. Alright, so but yeah, my watch time is down drastically, so hopefully this will help. At least not make it go down as quickly. Ow. Let's be turkey. Let's get a different song. Alright, that's fine. And let's see, I think I'm all caught up on the chat, so that's good. And then now you have him holding his hand out trying to stop the mantis that's way bigger than him. Decided to do that, and that helped immensely. Because something that I just doesn't make sense, but I still want it to happen, so I just do it anyway, is that these furries like barely have a neck, so they're just going to stay like that. make the eyes a little bit more shocked. Making them ovals. Let's also add to the. By the way, happy belated Valentine's Day. The, the penguin animation that I did, like, lined up for that day, that I needed to, like, keep working on it because it wasn't done just yet. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, that's the issue with this. I end up drawing the kids, like, too big sometimes because, look, the adult is almost the same size as the. And how am I gonna draw that baby one doing that dance? That stance, I mean. As you can see, this guy's, like, furry wife, she's quite thick. So, we got all of this right here. Gotta just do her legs right now. In fact, that should be a little bit bigger. Not quite that much bigger. Alright, so that should be good. So, let's add the boots here. Right. So hope everyone's having pretty nice day. These fairies are not because they're being ripped apart by a praying mantis. All right, so but like I said, it looks like they're just as big as their kid, which is not supposed to be. Up, Dot and stuff. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently drawing my comic book. So far, I did this panel on stream, and I finished this panel. Wait a second. I don't think I said that right. Wait, yeah, I did this panel, and then I also did a Daddy Long Legs all the way up there. Might make like another appearance. But yeah, I'm just doing this again. I like my fairies to have big heads, so I'm gonna actually expand the dome a bit. Alright, so let's take this off of brush 3 and put it on brush 9 just so I can erase it much faster. But yeah, how you doing today, Dot? If you're fine answering. And let's go down 3. Alright, let's actually do this where I actually do that and then just add some of this here. I'm just going to be working on an animation. That sounds good. Oh, that's cool. You can draw together. Like you can draw like while you listen to this or something. That'd be neat. Alright, so let me go ahead and do that. But yeah, I hope you have fun making it. What's your animation going to be about? Right now, this cartoon is basically about. It's gonna be kind of like a letter to capitalism and all of that. And so right now I'm just doing this and then this. Alright, so let's erase some of this and erase some of this. And just erase that too. That's good. Luckily that wasn't me, that was the music this time. Alright, so got that. That is looking good so far. Let's animated a silly scene from my animated series. My series is a sci-fi fantasy with mostly animal characters. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. I'm also working on animated series myself, but I've plotted out basically everything, but I haven't. I've animated like one scene, just not too much of it, so it's going to be called The Cryptic Adventures of Chloe and Caleb. Have you thought of a name yet for your one? My one is basically going to be like 2 of the last humans on the planet surviving against like not really surviving. It's going to be kind of lighthearted, but still like have a whole bunch of dark comedy in it. But yeah, they're basically going to be surviving against like the inhuman monsters that were hidden within society in the world. Like they're just the last 2 humans on the planet. Is basically what my one's going to be about. I actually started working on it 4 years ago, but I never really like worked on it actively. I've just been having fun toying around with the ideas and then like just doing other animation instead. DOTE, pronounced like BOAT, which is an acronym for Dawn of the Eclipse. Sounds cool. Let's see. I don't think I draw her like this correctly. It's good enough like that. It's a good look. Alright, so let me actually Yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool series. Let me actually move this down here just to, because it was kind of looking like a hat before, and now it looks more like here, which is what I indeed want to happen. Let's do that and that. Actually, I should erase that because then I'm going to have to go back and do that pattern for every single ounce of hair, and I'm not doing all of that. So let me just erase that bit of detail. There we go. But yeah, they're going to be like going up against all kinds of cryptids and stuff. And I kind of wanted to make it kind of realistic since most cryptids aren't like that big. They're just like, oh, they're just like kind of around human sized, sometimes slightly bigger. So I decided to just make them kids so that like any threat they go up against is automatically like much bigger than it would be for an adult. Let's see. Alright, let's have the trunk like expand a bit. So that's good like that. That's her in the back, by the way. Yeah, it's pretty cool so far. You just hit save just in case. But I am surprised by how many views my voice clips got. Like I got like around 100 in just the first 10 minutes. I wish I could get like that many views like with a normal video or maybe even a stream. That'd be like golden. But anyways, I have to like stop talking and like moving for just a minute. I'll be right back like as soon as possible. So just 1 minute. Just had to put something up real quick, but I am back now. Alright, so thank you all for waiting. And so I am back now. Okay. Alright, so let's see about like finishing this image. I don't know if I have to like draw the, I was about to say scorpion, but the praying mantis like that. Because I purposefully like drew the doodles like the storyboard badly. Take you back. I take you back, Doc. Hi. I always get my words jumbled up. Sorry about that. Yeah, like welcome back, Dot. Says Dot. And thank you. Alright, so we got that. Let's go ahead and do something like that. So we have this, this, and that. Alright, so have like all of these legs right here. There's a slight chance it could end abruptly, but I don't think that will happen. I'm just going to like give it a try and see with this because I have a different opportunity here where I am. Where perhaps I can stream more often. Likely won't be the case though. Alright, so we got that here. I'm not gonna stretch it out like so, but I will do it kind of like this and like that. And actually, let's tilt that down just a tad. Then it's kind of like it just moved that way. So I'm gonna have it go kind of like that instead of like the way I planned it to go. Let's see. Let me see the underside of this. Yeah, all of them are on the light green part of it. As you can see, like all of the legs are right here. Alright, so yeah, that's one thing I find like fascinating. The idea of like colors being different for other people. I think it would be pretty cool. It was like one YouTube creator called Chris and Zach. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool channel. But yeah, they are the only people that I hear talking about it because they did like a little short story about two people switching bodies, and like they were just fascinated by the sensations that each other like shared, because no one, like each sensation was different in each person. Like one of them liked blueberries while the other one hated it, and while in the other one's body he got to experience the way blueberries tasted for him. And then the other one's blue is kind of like the other one's red, which I just find fascinating. I know it sounds nerdy and I'm describing it in kind of like a nerdy way, but I think that kind of idea is like pretty neat. I don't know if it would make a good story though, but I think it's pretty cool. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get that there, boom bam, and this here, and I could properly resize it later, but that is fine like that. And yeah, that's good like that. Let me actually put this here because I don't think I had the leg going there. Alright, perfect. Almost perfect. Let's just go ahead and do that here. Alright. So I think I'm going to at least finish up this panel. Then off camera, I'll probably work on the backgrounds for this panel here, which kind of like bursts out the screen, and this panel. I was going to erase the look here, which is like that, and just have it look like it's behind it. I was about to say I like the other look better, but now I'm liking this one. Alright, anyways, back to the subject at hand. Alright, let's go to here. So let's do a bit of colorization right now. I have something pretty to look at. Alright, so let's go ahead and go here. I can get black again in a bit. So that works. Let's just zoom in right there. Perfect. Now I need to get rid of some of the connectors for that, just to make it a little bit better. Right. And the legs were the same color here, if I remember correctly. Yes, it was. What programs as the app are you using? I'm actually using paint.net. There are like some add-ons to it, but I'm not really using it. I think that could be fun. All right, let me just look that up real quick, because I assume you mean like the one from Hell of a Boss. Well, Has Been Hotel, I should say. Arch. So Michael. Goodness gracious, that is complicated. Hell of a boss. You know, it'd probably be easier to draw the human version. Alright. Alright, let's see. How about I just draw it temporarily here, and then I'll just probably move it or get rid of it. Wait, the stream is glitching. What the heck? Alright. Alright, do you guys think I should draw like Archangel Michael, or should I go ahead and like keep drawing the comic panel? Because I could just. Oh, also, hey, Mail, welcome to the stream. Also, hello, Eldon, welcome to the stream. But yeah, right now I got all of these right here. So I didn't get notified. No worries. Yeah, I don't think Casman Hotel has gotten to that part. Yeah, not quite. I knew what I was seeing seemed like fan edits, so that's why I was confused. Why does it keep giving me error messages? I'm just gonna leave it until it says that it's gonna glitch. Yeah, it hasn't gotten to that part. Well, I could draw the realistic one, but it's just gonna be my rendition of it. It's not gonna be. It's probably going to be rather blasphemous because I can't do it in the detail. But hey, why not? Let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so let's go down to buildings, and then I'll just get rid of the storyboard for right now and just do it here. So yeah, I'll just draw I'll do a 5-minute drawing of it. Then I could just post it after. And so for right now, I'm going to do. Let's undo that. Let's do it by trace. Right, so I'm just gonna have the winds go kind of like this and like this. That is one weird looking like reference photo I got of him. Hope it's not. I hope it's not AI because I just saw a very inappropriate tin in the photo, so I guess it's not AI. I don't think it's allowed to generate that. Goodness gracious! All right, so let me see. So let's just do that because that looks pretty much like it. And then let's just have the lines go kind of like so and like so. Like I said, I'm just gonna spend like 5 minutes on it since I'm gonna like draw a different tin right now. Alright, so let's do that. That sword look like it's on fire, so I'm just going to make it kind of wavy. That reminds me, I actually animated a robot holding a sword on fire and using it to chop a human up. It's a really, really old animation of mine. I believe it was called Robot Samurai or something like that. But it was pretty cool. It was a really old one of mine. So I feel like you guys would like it if you watched it. Alright, so it's got that here. Let's actually erase this line going here. And a bit more of this line right here. Alright, so let's have the other arm go like so, like so. Then just gonna have like the arms go kind of like this, since I want to like go kind of like so. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying this so far, Mal or Male. Like I see the reference photo here, and yeah. These aren't meant to be muscles, but they end up kind of making him look fat. So that's unfortunate. Alright, so got that here. Should actually do the other win before I forget, because goodness gracious. And so let's do that. Alright, so do that here, this here. Oh my, okay. That's fine, let's just do that, and this here, and then just have a little indent there. Then I could add like a little bit of like speckled flex to it. I think a lot of art is of him fighting Lucifer. Yeah, I see him with a sword, and it looks like it's the incoming. I see a lot of like what looks like babies. I'm assuming they're newborn angels because he's an angel himself and he's an adult, so maybe they're like cherubs to like baby angels. It's kind of obvious. I don't know too much about like religion. Alright, so we got that. But hopefully I'm not being disrespectful. Because I don't want to do that to the folks. Alright, so I did this in just about 5 minutes, but since I'm nearly done, I'm going to keep it going anyway. was going to like just put like a whole bunch of eyes on the face, but that doesn't really seem like right to do like for this reference image here. So just gonna do that here, this here. Yeah, I can't really draw humans. I should practice like more often, but just gonna do that like so. Alright, so I got that. Let's do this here, this here.
My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may return. In a void bordering three worlds, I have awoken.
And in this, it seems like he has like curly hair, blonde curly hair, so I'm just gonna do something kind of like this. And there we have Archangel. Oh my, hit my tongue. Goodness gracious. Alright, then we have Archangel Gabriel. He don't look right, but it's fine. Let's just give him some wings. Some color to it. I think it looks decent. Yeah. At least it looks decent. I feel like I like the face. I just don't really think I did the body justice. Because it looks kind of like weird in the photo too, but it looks a lot better in the photo. Alright, so oh, that was a mistake. Alright, so let's get his human colors on. Actually, let's do that first. Then let's just get the gold. Could use that for the same color and it's just here. And right here. And why not? Let's use that for the sword too, and then just add some light colored flames to it. Gonna add that to his skin, make it kind of pinkish. And I think this is pretty good, pretty decent at least. And yeah, we got that. Here we have Archangel Michael. And I just want to make that into a shorts because I feel like it would either make people happy, make people neutral, or the most likely option, probably anger them. And I'm just curious to see what that would be. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. And so let's get the storyboards back up in here. Because I'm nearly done with this one, and I think once I'm done, I will just probably end out the stream. So let's do something kind of like that for the antenna. Or antennae, as they say. Yeah, one cool thing that I've been looking into actually is I've been, instead of like just doing the normal like drawing time lapses, I've actually been talking in the drawing time lapses, and people seem to enjoy those at least a little bit more. So I'm actually going to like draw in them significantly more often. You can wait to do the pupils of it until later though. Of this one here. Actually, why wait? I can do it right now. In webtoons, I have to make the blood of the fairies green, but I plan on having human blood in some point in the comic, so I think that that would just be dumb to like just censor it. But hey, webtoons is the boss here. Could just make it red, but I don't know if that would be like worth like paying like money on Patreon just to see the redness of it. Personally, I wouldn't think so. I would want to like provide value to the customers. I say in a very non-existent way because I don't even have a Patreon and don't really plan on getting one anytime soon. But yeah, let's just have that like so, and that like so. And it basically makes it look significantly more insect-like. Alright, so hey, so we got all of this here. Been streaming for an hour and a half on the dot. So yeah, it should be 30 minutes or less to at least finish this panel. So let's actually have this girl here. I think her name is Celosia. I'm gonna see if I can like shrink down this boy. Because he's just too big compared to his parents. So let's do that, this and this. Suppose I could always make the parents a little bit bigger, but I don't think it's all that necessary. Alright, so let's do that.
Ugh, I'm so bored. These games are
Skip. So we have it zoomed in kind of like so. Oh, I messed up the leg. That's fine. She got all of this right here. By the way, I participated in an animation contest. Like, actually got into a video of a YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers, which I think is pretty cool. Since this one's technically a teenager, that should be it then. I think that should be good like that. Alright, so let's actually go by trays. Go here. Suppose drawing those were useful, but relatively not needed. Alright, so that's looking good right there. Just need to color in the fairies. Let's also add this right here. Right, add that back. And we'll just color in that right now. By the way, do y'all remember Gravity Falls? That was a pretty good show. So many mysteries to be had. I don't think there's one left to uncover now. Because the Gravity Falls fans, they were ravenous when it came to mysteries. Each part is in segments, so I suppose I should do that. Let's actually go back down to trees. So that's good. This is good. He has a angry face right here. And so all of that is looking pretty good. I don't like how tropical this music feels right here. By the way, this is a seed, kind of a sharp one. I don't know if he would have thrown this at his children. I feel like he might have. But yeah, I'm nearly done here. That thumb looks unfortunate. Alright, so I won't colorize it here, but I'll probably just like stop it here, so just add some more touches to it. Oh, those legs look so unfortunate. But yeah, I might redo those legs. So all of that is basically done. So let's just color it in. Then I will basically be complete with everything. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to clean up some of this. See, does anyone else have light green? Yep, their shirts. So let's get dark green and the pink. Alright, so we got all of this here.
Our might shattered in an instant. The greatest minds of Amphibia bested by a girl so insignificant. It was the demon of nightmares who undid our fate.
Alright, so
Now it's time.
while I do this, since I'm nearly done, I just want to say the outro. So, if you all enjoyed this, and I do hope you do, be sure to subscribe because I do live streams like this often, and I am getting into doing videos more often too. So, we should have like everything that you ever want when it comes to art. And it's gonna be a fun time. And so, be sure to subscribe for more of this. Y'all definitely know the drill by now. And yeah, I think I'm probably just going to end it like right now. So, if you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video. Because y'all like get the gist, you don't need to see me do every single last one. And until next time, this is Reason Animation signing out.